No. And then a stupid donkey in the text, he says to me, let him talk. I did not let him talk yet. He didn't want to talk about it. This is what the Muslims they do, my friend, because they are coward. They will start quoting for you verse after verse. Before you finish the first answer, they will give you the second verse. He don't want you to talk about his religion or what I'm saying. You asked me and I asked you. You accuse me of being stupid about the video before, and you post for me the text as we see. And now I'm getting you busted. What kind of a prophet he says stupid things like this? There's no messenger between him and between Jesus. So who are they, those Peter and Simon the Canaanite and Thomas, and who is Paul? No, even I don't want him to answer first. You see, I'm just asking him, are you willing to take to make a debate? You asked me and I asked you. He don't want to do that. You see the coward, they don't want to do that. They want to have a debate where they only ask you questions and they call it debate. He don't want to take questions. When you post this and you say you want to call me, that's meaning you want to prove what you say there. But you don't want to do that no more because you notice that you are a donkey and you are no match. So why you are calling me? The first question I ask him, what do you mean that Jesus will die one day? One day? One day upon the time I will die, maybe a billion years from now, but I'm just a human being like everybody. But everybody die in 50, 60 years, but except me, I will live for millions and millions and millions of years, but one day I will die. I mean, do you see the logic of the Abdul? Jesus is just a man like everybody, but he have no father. His mother is a virgin. He is the word of God. Shaitan cannot touch him. He is the spirit of God proceeding from him, and he is called holy in the Quran, and he did not die because nobody can kill him, for who dare to kill him, because Allah is protecting him. But Muhammad died by poison like a rat because Allah don't care to protect him, but he cared to protect Jesus. I mean, how fantastic this logic is. How Muhammad died? Guys, Muhammad died by poison like a rat. Okay, so why Allah did not protect Muhammad, but he want to protect Jesus? Don't we deserve to know why? Both are targeted by the Jews, right? Both. Okay, why Muhammad is not protected by Allah? Any Muslim have an answer? Why only Jesus is protected? I want to know what is unique about him. In the hadith it says, Muhammad said that I feel that the poison I ate in Khaybar is cutting my aorta. What? The aorta of the Prophet is being cut off? The greatest prophet ever, the one who is bigger than Buddha, is smaller than Krishna, the only prophet who have a special penis, the power of 40 men, the only prophet who he is allowed to have sex with as many as any woman she give her panty off to him, and he sniff it, and if he like it, he take it. And this prophet, amazing prophet, the greatest man in earth, he is dying like a rat. The prophet of his and his element of death, which he died, used to say, what used? If. How many time? This guy, he keeps saying, my aorta is getting off. My aorta. Muhammad, are you okay when I go to the bathroom? No, it's my aorta. My aorta is getting off. You know, Prophet, is it hurt? I'm telling you, my aorta. Prophet, why you are crying? By the way, what is your aorta? Why you are pointing your finger at your nose? Your aorta is there. So Jesus was saved by God, and the prophet was not saved by God. Jesus, nobody can kill him. Muhammad, anyone can kill him, even a woman. And what? Hold on. The story here is really crazy. Do you know why? Because the women, Muhammad, he asked this woman, why you did this? She said to him, I said to myself, if you are a prophet of God, Allah will save you. If you are a false prophet of God, Allah will not save you. And Muhammad, he said to her, he was sure. He was sure. He said, Allah will not allow you to do so. And I challenge any Muslim to say this is not true what Muhammad said. Allah will not allow you to do so. He will go, he is dying like a rat. So this is the test. It was a test. It was a challenge to Allah. If Muhammad is a prophet, Allah will save him. If not, he will die like a rat. This is exactly what happened. And the Muslim, they want to say to us, without knowing, that Jesus must be God. For Jesus, nobody touch him. Nobody can touch him. God himself, he cloned someone like Jesus, like we, Allah is coming, you know, we, Jesus, don't worry, Jesus, I'm coming, we, and Allah, what he do? He cloned someone look like Jesus. Why Allah did not clone someone like Muhammad and he ate the poisoned goat? Any Abdul? No, I don't want to talk to him no more. I don't have time for kids shouting like crazy. I'm not a kid, my friend. We give him a chance to talk like a man. He's a kid. Okay, this guy, I think his mother, she gave birth to him in vacation. She was away from his dad doing muta. That's why he have no courage to speak. So there is no messenger between me and Jesus, and we found that there's 3 messengers at least between him and Jesus. That alone is enough to prove that Muhammad is a scam. Do you see it? And this is your own interpretation, Muslim, not my book. This is not in the book of John. This is not in the book of etc. Christian Prince. This is your books. This is the cousin of your prophet himself. If we go to Ibn Kathir is make it even more horrible, because Ibn Kathir, he quote that the 3rd strong messenger of Allah is Bulus, which means Paul. Who is a brave Muslim would like to call me, but he is willing to ask question and to answer questions. Guys, is that fair? Is that fair? You ask and you will be asked. But to call only to ask and to jump like a monkey from a question to question, that is not a debate. This guy, he said, want to debate me, but he didn't want to allow me to ask him questions. He only want to ask me questions. That's not fair. Interfaith, I have proposal for you in the front of everybody. If you agree in text, you say yes, I will let you call me immediately. Do you agree that I ask you a question and then you ask me a question? Say yes. Guys, watch. Do you agree that I ask you a question and then you ask me a question? Yes or no? Do you agree? Say yes. One question from you, one question from me. Say yes. What do you think, guys? Do he have an excuse? Or what I'm asking for, he can ask me and I can ask him. But they don't want to do that. They are cowards, they are potatoes, they are no match. I'm waiting. Why you don't say yes? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, Christian, Prince Adrian.
Hey, Adrian, we are live on air, by the way, in case you do not know.
Yes,
All
I
right.
just wanted to ask you a question, actually, when you're ready.
All right. Sure, I'm always ready.
Yes, you are. And I really appreciate the presentation that you gave to our group the other day. Still hearing good things there. Question I want to ask is, I listened to your last presentation. I think you gave it yesterday. But you said that Muhammad was stupid because he took so much joy out of life for his followers, yet he did anything he wanted. And I just wanted you to comment on, maybe that was by design, to make the followers' lives so miserable that the prospect of suicide it's not such a significant step for them, because their life is miserable anyway. Their wife hates them. They don't have a pet that loves them. They can't be creative with their own special abilities. They just have to try to be like Muhammad and everything. And I wonder if it just creates a life that is so frustrating that it's just easy to just go and blow yourself up. I wonder if you could just comment on your thoughts on that.
You see, the purpose Muhammad, he did that, first of all, it was because he's hypocrite. This is the main reason. He is hypocrite. So he created rules for people who they follow him supposedly, but he himself don't want to follow it. I don't think it was about like the suicide thing, but this guy is let us say he is driven by desire, sexual desire mostly. So he always think about himself, and he don't care what the rest do. This is why he has make a special privilege for his own. So you cannot have more than 4 wives. I can have not only 4 wives, I can have a limited number of women, for I am a prophet. He have the 5th of every attack, the booty, and he have the best of the attack too. He made verses about them in the Quran. In the same time, if you go in the Quran, you will see the Quran says that those who they follow Muhammad, Allah, he bought from them their souls. إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة يقتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون. Now here you will see the concept of suicide. This is in chapter 9 verse 111, because it says they die and they kill. Now how they die and they kill, this is the devil speaking. How you can be dead and yet you are killing people, because it says يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون. So you are going to fight for the sake of Allah, and this death is you die to kill. However, the promise for the Muslims is in heaven, not on earth. The earth is for Muhammad and the heaven for Muhammad, but because Muhammad is sure that there's no heaven, so he wanted to have anything in earth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was not enough for him to have a normal reward, because he knew there's no heaven for him. So he wanted to have as much as he want, and that is a clear sign of a hypocrisy. Actually, even the Quran, like Muhammad, he forced the Muslims that before you meet the Prophet, you have to pay him money. I mean, imagine, let us say you are a prophet, but before I meet you, I have to pay you money, and that money have to be paid to the Prophet before even you speak to him. Now the Muslim, they will say to you, oh, this is a money, he will give it to the poor. What do you mean? People, they pay zakat already, that is for the poor,
right?
Same time, if you go in chapter 9 verse 103, it says, take from their money alms, so you may purify them, cleanse them. So the money you pay to Muhammad will purify your sin. So Muhammad, they claim the second you make a donation for him is the same time where your sin is forgiven. Since when making a donation will make your sin forgiven.
Right.
You know, and the verse in
It's
front of us, and this is the translation of the Muslims. Now, by the way, that guys, the one who do not know, brother Adrian is a great person. I met him in person just a few days ago. He is the one who invited me to the church meeting in different state, and I have the honor to sit with him, and we have a very good time together. And he is the one actually. He was the reason for this event to happen. So I want to say thank you,
Christian Prince. It was my honor to sit with you.
Thank you, my friend.
You're doing an amazing work of education. I'm just thinking as you're talking, is so opposite to John 10:10, where Christ says, "The thief comes not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." So Christ came so that his followers would have more and more life, not death.
Yeah. Well, everything from Muhammad is about him. This is why you will see that if you ask a Muslim, in the book of Ibn Arabi, he said the prophet, he have 16 privilege. 16 privilege. More than 12 of them or 13 is about sex. You know? And any woman, one of the privilege, that if the prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband, he must divorce her so the prophet, he can have her. Now, what kind of a privilege God want to give to a man like this? That if I like your wife, you have to divorce her for me, and that because I'm a prophet.
Why couldn't they see through that, Christian Prince? Why couldn't this followers
trust me, they see
there's something wrong?
No, they see, you see, but because it's a business. You see those Muslims who make website and they try to defend Islam and they grow a beard, they are making good money from this business. Most of them, they knew, you know, especially those who they claim that they have knowledge. They knew that Muhammad is a scam. This is why this guy, I don't know if you heard him, he called me, but he didn't want to answer anything. He is the one who made the accusation. He is the one who called me foolish. But when we challenge him about what he said, he didn't want to talk about it. Because Muslims, they are copy-paste. There's one of two cases. Either is a copy-paste, you do not know and don't understand what he's pasting, or he know, but he is making a business. Otherwise, there's no between.
Wow.
There's no between.
So it's all self-interest.
It is, yeah, it is, you know, because even, you know, why I want to believe in Muhammad, what is the point? The point is, if you believe in me, Allah will give you a lot of versions. All right. So now I have a contract with God. He is the vagina vendor, and he provide me with any, like, a huge number of vaginas, and the purpose is to make me happy if I believe in him. Now ask yourself here, do we really support slavery in heaven? Because those women are made for what? Those women, I do not know them, right? I never met them. Like, there's no relationship between me and
none at all. They have no idea. No relationship at all.
She don't know me. I don't know her. I don't know her name. I don't know where she is. What? So I go there. I found a lot of women in my bedroom, and they are naked and are ready for sex. You know. So this is a form of a slavery and abuse. In the same time, Muhammad, he said that every Muslim will have 80,000 child. According to Muslims, they will serve only, but as I understand from the Quran, it says they will not bleed. Now, why in the world somebody want to bleed? Bleed from what? Now, why, to make one person happy, you want to abuse 80,000 children?
Wow.
Just to make one person happy? Okay, one person will believe in God, so what? Okay, take him to heaven, give him a, you know, why the Quran speak of Adam and Eve? Even though Eve is not mentioned by name, but to speak about the wife. Why Allah, he agreed, stealing the story from the Torah, that there is a man and his wife in heaven, but yet when we go back to heaven, we don't go as wife and husband.
Good question.
You know, for everything in this religion is a collection of cults. You know, and by the way, people are asking why we did not show the video live. In the maybe next time.
Yes. Well, it was a good session, and I just would commend you to all your listeners to have you come out and talk and educate. It was amazing to me to witness firsthand people's starting position, because I had 3 years of research into this, so I understand a certain amount, and I've been listening to you for quite a while. But they did not have any background. And you were there to answer their questions, and each question would lead to more questions, and when one hand went down, 5 more went up.
Yeah.
And there was just constant, like, people have a hunger they need to understand. And to have a credible person who's well researched, who backs up what they say with specific references of the Islamic body of text, I think they just found it extremely enlightening. And you are happy to do this. So I can only say to your listeners, it was very worthwhile. People were talking about it the next day, how valuable it was. And really all you did was answer their questions. But each time you answered, it would lead to another question, which would then lead to another question.
Right, and we go to more topics. And you remember, it was supposedly 1 hour, right? And we finished.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 hour.
Guys, we started for 1 hour supposedly, and then we finished almost in the middle of the night. You know?
I actually had to leave you. It was going so late.
Yeah, it's so it was only 1 hour, but because people they want to go, everybody have more questions. But all of them, they are really tired. They came from everywhere.
And they were driving. Some of them drove, I heard, the next day. Some drove 1,000 miles to get there.
Right. So they were tired, but yet they have a lot of questions. And as you know,
but I think
Adrian is a first-hand witness. Any question you ask, you will find the answer. We are not the same as the Muslims. We don't run away from questions. This is why this coward, he called me. He only want to ask questions, but he didn't want me to ask him a question. You see, I accept that in a seminar because people, they are there to learn from me. They are not debating me. But if you want to debate me, you have to accept that you ask me and I ask you. But this coward, the Muslim who was calling me, he don't want me to ask him a question. He only want to ask, because you remember your debate, Adrian, with the Muslim a few weeks ago? He was throwing question after question. Why? Because he don't want to give you a chance to ask him a question. They are afraid of us, you know, because they have no answers. They are followers of religion, believe Allah knows best. You know.
But also, I think what it shows is when people can get straight answers, they want them. So I think you were very straightforward, and you could back up what you're saying with references, and I think that's what they really appreciated. That for the first time, they were getting straight answers.
The point of education is to give straight answers, not to play games. You see, those who play games, or those who want to say, I want to talk only about this topic today, right now, they have no knowledge to take questions out of the topic, because you know, if you tell me I am going to talk about etc. after 2 months, I can go and search all the internet and print tons of papers and make summaries, and then I will look like a professor in my topic. But this is not really the case. A person who have knowledge, it doesn't matter what the question, he have an answer for it.
You see, I think that creates excitement. I think once the audience came to understand that they can ask you anything and you will give a sincere and direct and straightforward answer to anything they ask with references, I think it creates a spirit of excitement. Like, wow, this is an opportunity to learn. And so people, you know, that creates momentum in terms of the questions being asked.
You know, and you know, people, by the way, didn't have an experience like this before, maybe. Because usually it is just a presentation. Somebody put a slide in the screen, and the slide is a pre-made, and you know. But this is different. I don't do that for a very simple reason. I'm there going to teach and to answer questions, and this is why always I like people to engage with me, asking me questions for the purpose of me being there. It's just not to give a lecture. It is to answer questions. You know, questions which nobody usually able to answer before, or you know, because of the way the system most of the time is, presentation is one way, one person talking. You know,
one way, yeah,
it's one way, and then the rest are receiving. For me, I like people to talk to me, and like now this Muslim, I would love to talk to him, but he don't want to answer anything. He just want to ask me questions, and the purpose of asking, I know, is not to get the answer. Before I finish answering his question, he will give me another verse, and he will jump like monkey from place to place.
So he doesn't really want the answer.
No, because those questions already they are answered 1 million times by Christians, you know. But they don't want to. They don't want to speak about the fear is, don't talk about my religion, for I know nothing about it. So,
and I think what's also interesting, CP, is you answer very straightforwardly. You don't mix words, but at the same time, it's very obvious you care about Muslims. You're not just doing this just to destroy reputations. You actually care about these people, and they're trapped in darkness, and you want to do everything you can to get them out of that darkness. But at the same time, you're not going to play around and mince words. You're just going to speak the truth.
They cannot play with me. I will not allow that. You see, this is why they fear talking to me, because they can play with other people. They can go around it, you know.
Right.
With me,
Right.
I am very firm in my question, in my position. I will not let the Muslims play around. You see, a Muslim, the way I see him, is like you are getting inside a room and there is a rat, and this room have no corners. You know, and you have to chase this rat, and there's a lot of furniture. So he tried to go all over the place, and it's now how you can catch him. But you cannot do that with a Christian Prince. Even if the room have no corners, I will corner you.
And I think that demonstrates the power of knowledge, that those of us who don't have this knowledge, it's easy for us to get tied up in knots and for people to play tricks on us. But the more knowledge we have, the less furniture there is to hide behind.
This is why he is afraid from talking to me about the topic he chose. He chose the topic, not me. You see, this is his topic. He is the one who posed for me in YouTube, calling me foolish names and trying to correct me. And when we talk about what he said, he didn't want to talk about it because he knew I'm going to get him busted. Now,
see, with you, they can choose the topic, they can choose the
absolutely
hadith, they can choose the scholar, which tafsir do they like, whatever they like, you can go there.
Adrian,
that's
I just said to the guy, call me right now if you have the courage, but just agree that you can ask me and I can ask you one question from you, one question from you. He don't want to do it. You know, I'm not saying oh I am the only one when I ask questions. That's not fair. It's a debate. You ask me and I ask you. They don't want to do that, you know. And if they do that, you know, they want to do it like the 5 minutes, because 5 minutes you promise you will not talk in those 5 minutes, and then he take the mic, he say nothing about the topic.